Belal Muhammad wasn't impressed with SHAVKAT Rahmonov's performance in the fight against Garry, and after watching it in the arena, he is even more confident about his chances against the Kazakh contender. SHAVKAT had a close fight with Ian, and despite securing a victory via decision, many more questions now have been directed towards his upper bound limit. The 100% finishing rate is gone now, but he still holds an undefeated record and will undoubtedly face Belal Muhammad for the title in his next fight. The only details to be figured out about this are the time and the place of the occasion. The welterweight champion was there in attendance to watch his next challenger, whoever was going to win this fight, up close. And after the bout, Muhammad is assured that he will defeat SHAVKAT with relative comfort, something that he'd already been saying even before UFC 310, but is confident in to a higher degree after watching Rahmonov's performance against Garry. Belal previews the fight against SHAVKAT and gives a prediction on how it will go.
I thought he was going to go for the finish a lot earlier, but I think that he played the game plan strategy type role. And like I said, for myself, the only thing I saw is that I win, regardless of when it is, how it's going to be. I knew that I was going to be able to beat both of them, whoever came out on top. But after watching it, getting another 5 rounds of seeing it, now I know that it's going to be a fight for me that I'm going to walk through. People will sit there and call me a grappler, but in the Leon fight, I outstruck him. He was supposed to be the best striker in the division, and then I walked him down and broke him on the feet and on the ground. I had 100 more strikes than him. So people could say what they want to say, but I think I am the best striker in the division, and the way that I fight, it's different than the rest of these guys. So it's hard for these guys to catch reads on me, figure me out until you see me in front of you. And then when you see me in front of you, it's already too late because I'm hitting you. I want to give him those times to rest, right? There's times when he's resting on the cage, holding him, they're holding over under, you're getting the ref to having to tell you to work. There won't be that moment with me. I'm going to be the one with the foot on the gas. I'm going to be the one pushing him on the fence.
Dana White reacts to Merab getting into an altercation with a fan again. The incident took place when a fan who was recording Merab as he was walking towards his seats in the arena shouted some things at him, something that Dvalishvili didn't appreciate. This was followed by the bantamweight champion screaming at him and trying to get close, while his teammate was able to touch the troll once. The public space and behind the camera type of tough guy trolls have always been present in this sport, but lately it seems whenever they appear, they seem to bother Merab. Luckily, nothing serious happened that could cause Dvalishvili getting into trouble. On the post-fight press conference, Dana White reacted to the incident, revealing that he even had Merab sit closer to him and farther away from fans to prevent this type of thing from happening, as he knows Merab's tendency to confront people. Dana compared Merab to a mini Sean Strickland, but without the mouth, taking a little shot at lack of Merab's effective trash-talking ability.
I was going to say, that's not the first time that's happened with Merab. Is there anything you guys do or can do to prevent that? Are there any repercussions? Or?
He's my mini Strickland. Without the mouth. What do? Let him buy the pay-per-view, I guess. I mean, I don't know. You can't keep fighting with fucking fans. It's going to cost you a lot. You can do it. It's going to cost you a lot of money, right? And, you know, I don't know. Listen, man, I say it all the time. We're in the fucking fight business. This happens. We got to deal with it. Tonight we tried. I took Islam. We took Islam and... we took, Poirier, not Poirier, you know what the fuck I'm talking about. I don't, but you do. Took them out, put them at the table, moved Merab over to the other side, had Umar and his crew over in the middle, and we still had problems. We still couldn't, you know. We do our best.
Movsar Evloev gets into a heated exchange with Ilia Topuria following his win over Aljamain Sterling. Evloev very well might have secured himself a title shot with this victory, and we might get to see a battle between 2 undefeated fighters in a championship bout when he finally gets a chance to fight for the belt against Ilia Topuria. No matter how much Dana hates fighters that lack finishing ability, having accumulated as lengthy of a winning streak in the UFC as Movsar has, at this point has to be overwhelming in support of the option to give him the Topuria fight next, even if Ilia fights somebody else before that, which is very likely to happen. There are 2 options for Topuria's next title defense, Diego Lopez and Alexander Volkanovski. So we'll either get to see a rematch with one of the featherweight goats trying to reclaim his belt, or a fresh matchup against a dangerous and dynamic Diego Lopez. If he's able to successfully defend his belt, then it will be time for the fight with Movsar, which stylistically might be his toughest matchup at this point. The two have some history as well, having exchanged some harsh comments in the past, when Ilia was still trying to get into top 5 of the division. Following his win over Sterling, Movsar revealed that Ilia Topuria messaged him immediately, disrespecting him with certain remarks, to which Evloev had a threatening answer. Topuria is using an interesting tactic to possibly get into Movsar's head by making statements that are not public but private. Evloev, on the other hand, says he doesn't care for online exchanges and will confront Topuria anytime and anywhere he sees him. After his victory over Sterling, speaking to a Russian reporter from the channel Ushataika, when asked about the fight against Topuria as he is closer than ever to getting a crack at the title, Movsar said the following, quote, "I know they understand that I'm the most dangerous guy for Topuria right now, and he knows it too. He messaged me minutes ago." When the reporter asked him about the contents of the conversation, Movsar responded with, quote, "He is trying to talk shit to me, saying I'm nobody. He will easily beat me and stuff. I told him to be as brave when he sees me. I will check him badly, even before we meet in the cage. He has to be careful now, because I will smash him in and out of the cage," unquote. Garry shares thoughts following his defeat to SHAVKAT Rahmonov. The Irishman was in good spirits after the bout, and dedicated much of his opening comments at the press conference to expressing how proud he is of his performance and why he focuses on the positives, even in defeat, and after not only losing the chance to fight for the title next, but also his precious undefeated record. "I don't feel like I lost," he says. Machado answered a lot of questions inside of the octagon, and the consensus among the fans is that Garry is in fact a real deal and has some high potential in the division. He might get back into the championship conversation if he manages to win a couple of fights against highly ranked opposition, and it can be done in a relatively short period. We all know how Dana likes to keep guys busy, and the enthusiasm of fighters who want to be busy. Ian comments on the fight.
"I don't feel like I lost." Does that make sense? My hand may not have got raised today, but my energy did not lose. I went out there against the scariest man in the division. You guys all have heard about this. Everyone turned him down. I showed up on short notice. I saved this event. I saved 310, and I gave a show to the fans today. When at that point did that man look like he was going to finish me? Twice I had submissions on. Twice he was worried. On the feet, he didn't have that much success. I feel like I was winning the battles on the feet, hence why he kept shooting. For me, it's constant growth and evolution. And as you rise up the ladder, you look at the fight with Neil Magny, domination from start to finish. You look at the fight with Neil Magny or with Jeff Neal. I went out there, I beat a man who hits like a truck. I beat him clean, I beat him efficiently, and I did it well. MVP, no one likes to strike with that man. I went out and I clinically dismantled his striking, caught his kick, took him down, controlled him. Now I went out here against the scariest man. I'm fighting all the people. People don't want to fight.